Welcome, ASUN fans, to another edition of Lunchbox, where we take our lunch hour and talk with your favorite ASUN athletes. Today, we are joined by ASUN Fan-Vote Preseason Volleyball Player of the Year. It's Queens University middle hitter Anna Law. Welcome on to.
Hi.
So, first, congratulations on earning the ASUN Fan-Vote for Preseason Player of the Year. What does that mean for you to get that to receive that award?
Yeah, that was really awesome and such a great way to kick off this upcoming season. I joked about winning the award and said that my mom has a lot of friends on Facebook because she shared the post. But seriously, it really meant a lot and just gave me a little extra confidence boost to get me going into season. So really excited about
Yeah, congratulations. Love to hear you got the family support. That's awesome.
it.
Yeah, you finished last year on a high with a career high in 12 kills in your regular season finale at Eastern Kentucky. How do you start this season where you left last season off at?
Um, a lot of prayer and a lot of physical preparation. I mean, my coach has pretty high standards for all of us, rightfully so. And I work really hard and I'm a very focused player, both on and off the court. And I'm competitive with myself too. So looking at kind of how I ended season last year, if you look at my stats, I kind of just like rose up, especially at the end of conference play. And so I'm hoping that I can start off season better than I left off last year and just continue to be uphill throughout my senior season.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm curious too, like where do you feel like in your game that you want to continue to grow at? Because obviously you start high, but there's always something else you feel like you can work on.
Mhm.
What is that for you?
I would like to be a bigger blocking threat personally. I focus a lot on offense. The other starting middle on my team, Kayla McDuffie, her and I are kind of opposite middles, which we always joke about that we play together. She's very much blocking oriented and I'm more offense oriented. And so her and I are both trying to raise the opposite parts of our game. So I'd like to be a blocking threat just as much as an offense threat.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. Um, when we were scheduling this interview, we had to postpone a week just because you guys had such a grueling start to season and preparing for the season. Can you kind of talk about what that grind was like and some stuff you were able to do so that you can endure such a long season?
Yeah, so we had 3 weeks of preseason, and our preseason at Queens for our volleyball team is 2 practices a day. It ends up being like 5 hours of training a day, and then 3 required meals as a team to eat together. Plus like films if we had scrimmage or little things in between like lifts, conditionings, whatever. But it's a lot. It's a lot physically, it's a lot mentally. But it's for for our team, we're not required to be on campus during the summertime. So it's really a great way for us to come back together, hit the ground running, get kind of all the wonky reps out of the way from, dusting off the rust from summer and then hitting season hard. So it was very intense, but also rewarding. We just get better every single day. So
Yeah, I imagine too, eating all those meals together, that's got to be pretty good for team building and just being
yeah.
around the team. Does that help a lot during the season?
Yeah, for sure. One thing that our team is very proud of that we speak on a lot is our team culture. As a team, we're very close knit, very tight group of girls. And that's just something that my senior class, personally, we take a lot of pride in. We feel like we kind of created that environment on our program. And just even little things like eating the meals together like that is just a way that we can all mesh together and get, the new incoming freshmen kind of in our group and everyone's meshed really well. And it's been honestly preseason was enjoyable, believe it or not, regardless of how intense it sounds.
Yeah, that sounds enjoyable. Great to get together as a team before the season starts. Um, Speaking of the season, you guys just played in the 2023 Eagle Challenge, where you played 3 games in 2 days, and then this weekend you guys have the Davidson tournament coming up. How do you deal with playing so many games in so many a short period of time? Those 3 games in 2 days, that's got to be difficult to deal with.
Yeah, it is. It is difficult to deal with. You get physically tired, but there's a mental exhaustion that takes place. And one thing that my coach speaks on is having the ability to kind of like knowing when you can check out after matches. Like that's the time to kind of check out. Like do whatever you need to do personally so that you can come back in the next game and be fully focused in. Volleyball is a game of spurts. You could even take a second when the ball drops between the next serve to just check out for a second and then make sure you're dialed back in for the next play. So that's just for me, that's how I focus in. I'm all in 100% when we're in the game. And then when I'm out, I'm all out. Like I just try to really give my mind a break.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that too. How do you kind of prepare for the mental aspect of a season? Because, like I said, it's a long season, and you play so many games in short amount of time. How do you kind of get ready for it mentally?
Mentally, I think just like I said, just knowing when is the time to check out, when it's time to be dialed in, giving yourself the like mental health breaks that you need. I'm a film watcher that works really well for me. That doesn't work for everybody, but I actually feel more relaxed when I'm not in the play and I can kind of step back and watch what I've done and assess what's happening then instead of in the moment. So for me personally, that helps me in the long run too.
So interesting. Yeah, that sounds like a great way to do it. And those mental health checks are super important. Definitely got to take your time and do those as
Yeah.
well. A little bit more on the personal side, we saw on your social medias that you're involved in beauty pageants. How did you get started in beauty pageants, and what are the kind of the similarities between beauty pageants and volleyball?
Yeah, I started, I think my first pageant, I believe I was 12 years old, and my family was actually out of town, and my cousin was watching me. And she just threw me in this small town pageant that we had because my mom was like against it. She didn't want me to do them. And then I ended up winning while my parents were out of town. And then after that, it was just like, I was like, I want to keep doing this. This is so fun. But regardless of like the negative stigma that's around pageantry, I love pageants. They're an awesome way for me to tap into my competitive side, but also my feminine side. And the similarities between volleyball and pageants, I would definitely are just the competitive aspect. I mean, when I'm playing volleyball, it's my team against this other team. I like pageants because it's me against everyone else. Uh, I have a team behind the scenes, but ultimately it's my performance that matters. And so that I like the pressure. I just think they're a really fun competitive outlet. Haven't done one in a long time, but I don't think I'm done yet. So
It's awesome. Yeah, it seems like it's a great way to kind of get back into the competition side during the off season.
yep.
So this is the lunchbox. We have to ask a foodie oriented question. I'm curious, what's your go-to game day meal?
My favorite game day meal that our team has is Jimmy John's through and through. I'll eat Jimmy John's every single day if I could. Same exact order. I just think it's top tier. Can't beat it.
Yeah, love Jimmy John's, freaky fast delivery, right?
Yep.
Well, we have a new game here on Lunchbox. It's called Red Flag, Green Flag. I'm going to give you 3 prompts, and you're going to have to tell me if it's a red flag, obviously meaning a bad thing you wouldn't do, or a green flag, meaning a good thing you would do, and why you think it's a red flag or a green flag. Let's get into
Okay.
it. Your first prompt is high-fiving after every point.
Green flag. My team is a big high fiving team. I'm honestly, personally, I'm a big high fiver. I'm gonna high five. Like if someone's coming in from the bathroom at practice, I'm high fiving them on the way in. I don't know why. I just feel like that's just cheering each other on constantly. My teammates joke all the time that I high five really hard. Like the more excited I am, the harder I'm swinging in for the high five. So definitely a green flag. Everyone should be high fiving nonstop on the volleyball court.
Awesome. I love it. Team camaraderie. Um, Playing beach volleyball over court volleyball.
Red flag. I'm not a beach fan. I think that if you are a beach volleyball player, I admire you so much. It is very hard sport. I'm really bad at it. I can't play. It just makes me angry. So red flag for me.
All right. Low socks over high socks.
Definitely a red flag. That's just weird. Uh, I don't know. Like I don't know anyone that's wearing low socks right now.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you very much, Anna, for coming on to Lunchbox. We really appreciate it. And ASUN fans, make sure to follow all of our ASUN social media accounts.